Okay, Captain Larry, W6WUH. We're just going to take a look at transformers here for a minute. That's the second video on the Valiant. As found, you're likely to find something like this. It's dirty, it's crusty, it's superficially rusty. Here's a mod transformer, plate choke, power transformer. So the question is, what do you do, and should you be worried about it? The answer in this case is no, you don't need to be worried about it, but there are things you need to do. When you clean this, you can see this one's just got an initial cleaning. I've gone over this with a damp sponge with hot soapy dish detergent, and this has a scrubber side. This is a worn out kitchen sponge, but it's got the scrubber side on it. You don't want to drench this with a lot of liquid soap. You want to go after it with something damp. These laminations all have an insulated varnish layer on them on the inside. The edges of it will rust and it'll look awful, but there are ways to clean it and treat it, and I've done literally hundreds of these now over the last 35 years or so, and very seldom do I run into one that isn't good. When we get through the overhaul process and we're ready to start applying power to this thing, the thing will probably get a reflectorized heat lamp, just a, like a 60-watt bulb with a metal reflector, and it'll shine on this thing, and I'll keep the whole thing with a lamp on that for 12 or 24 hours. Often up here in the ceiling, I've got a halogen flood or a spotlight that makes some heat, and I get a clamp-on light. And if you're concerned that there might be moisture in your iron, the prudent thing to do is to apply mild heat to it for a long period of time, at least 24 hours, and that will drive out any moisture that's in there. It's a slow process. You don't want to get it real hot, but 80, 90 degrees is just fine. 60-watt heat lamp a few inches away will achieve that. And it just takes time, and this is a prudent thing to do before you apply power to it. There's lots of things that I'm going to be telling you that about, but this is one of them. And I'll show you how to treat these laminations. I take some of this stuff. This is Triflow. It's a lubricant, but it contains Teflon. It's a penetrating lubricant and derusting agent, and it leaves behind a coating of Teflon which dries over time. And after I've gotten this clean, I will apply that a couple of times with a paper towel, and it'll soak in there, and any edges of the lamination that have lost their varnish will get coated with that Teflon, but deep inside the transformer, everything is going to be fine. So basically, it just provides kind of an anti-rust coating on the outside, and it's even paintable after it's dried, so that's another thing. Okay, so that's the basics about the iron.